Alright guys, let's see. Hey, bet you didn't expect this today, did you? I'm looking pretty good. Let me straighten my hair there. Alright, now look. Today we're going to be talking about quadratic functions. Okay? And you'll remember with linear functions, those were equations that had two variables, and whenever we graphed them, it would make a line. Now, quadratic function, it has two variables too, but one of the terms, the variable is actually raised to the second power. Okay? Whenever you have a term where the variable is raised to the second power, then it's called a quadratic function, but also it's going to make a picture that's called a parabola. Okay? And I'll show you what that looks like. It sort of looks like a U. Okay? And we'll get to that in just a minute. One of the other terms you're going to see on your notes there is something called a nonlinear function. Now, a nonlinear function is just anything that doesn't come out as a line whenever you graph it. Okay? And, you know, obviously, since this comes out as a parabola, then it's a nonlinear function. Now, a couple of things that we do want to know about a parabola. If the parabola opens up and looks like a U, then it has a point at the bottom, and that point's called the minimum value. And we'll talk about that too in the first example. But if it turns down and looks sort of like a mountain, then the point at the top, the highest point, that's known as the maximum value. Okay? So I think that should have taken us through all of the terms. And what I want to do now is I want to actually look at a quadratic function, and we'll make a table of values and graph that thing. It may take a couple of videos for us to do that. But let's go ahead and get started on that, and then I think these terms might make a little more sense to you. Alright? So let's look at this. I don't want webcam anymore. Alright. Here we go. Now, you'll see it says make a table of values. Now guys, you're going to remember a table of values. Oh, I don't want that. Alright, let's get a marker here. Let's go with blue. Table of values, right? Okay, I can do better than that. It has an x and a y. And it says that it wants us to use for the x -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. Alright? Now, to figure out what that is, I've got to plug these values into this quadratic equation and get the y values. Alright? Now I'm going to scoot down here, and I'm going to begin finding those things. Alright? So let's say we're going to have y is equal to 2 times -2 squared plus 3 times -2 plus 1. Alright, now it's going to take a little time. We've got to evaluate this thing. Okay? So it's going to be 2 times 4, because remember when I square -2 I get a positive 4, minus 6 when I multiply those two, plus 1. So then this is going to be 8 minus 6 plus 1. Go left to right here, 2 plus 1, and I'm going to get that y is equal to 3. Alright, so let me scoot back up here, and I know when x is -2, y is equal to 3. Alright, let's scoot down and we'll do -1. Alright, it's going to take some time. Y is equal to 2 times -1 squared plus 3 times -1 plus 1. That's going to be 2 times 1 minus 3 plus 1. That's going to be 2 minus 3 plus 1. And that's going to give me -1. We go left to right, plus 1. Oh, y equals 0. Alright, that's easy enough. Let's put in 0 right here. Now the next one, y is equal to 2. This is the easy one whenever x equals 0, because all the things that it gets multiplied by turn into 0. Alright, so then I'm going to get 2 times 0 plus 0 plus 1. Then I'm going to get 0 plus 0 plus 1. So it always just equals the constant, because any of the things that have a variable turn into 0. So then the y is equal to 1. I've got 2 more to do here. Alright, I think I can get 1 in before the timer runs out on me. Let's see, I'm going to extend the page a bit, and it's going to be y is equal to 2 times 1 squared plus 3 times 1 plus 1. That's going to give me 2 times 1 plus 3 plus 1. That's going to give me 2 plus 3 plus 1. Is it going to make it? That's going to give me 6. I just barely made it. Alright, and I'm going to stop it here, guys, and we'll go into the next video. Alright?